Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay tuned for the morning announcements.
Good morning, Douglas. Today is B-Day. Any 10th or 11th grade students interested in taking the PSAT can sign up now to take it on October 13th. Use the QR code to sign up before September 10th. Environmental Club will have its first meeting on Monday, August 16th in room E100. Please contact Mr. Hooker for more details. Girls basketball is having an open gym on August 16th, 18th, 19th, 23rd, and 25th. Please bring your physical mask and water bottle. The Bronco golf team has been showing up their drive this year. The girls team has played 6 events so far and have really put their best foot forward. Each girl posted their personal best. The boys have played 7 events with 1 team victory and a program low of 283, a terrific performance from golf. Game club will start back up Wednesday right after school next week. Just show up to the Pure Lab in E204B right after school. It'll end at 5 p.m. each Wednesday. If you have any questions, feel free to stop by and talk with Mr. Hanna in room E204B. Congrats to our first summer reading bingo winners, Brianna Romero, Ian Hopkins, and Brittany Bound. Summer reading bingo entries can be submitted until Friday, August 27th. Names will be drawn again August 23rd and August 30th. There's a free self-defense clinic for Douglas students at August 18th at Premier Martial Arts Hamburg. Sign up at bit.ly/Premier Martial Arts FDHS. No caps and all in one word. Stay tuned for Mr. Diaz.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Great day to be a Bronco. I got to tell you, the weather was not ideal, but we are back. We are in person. I just hope you guys had a great weekend. Before I get into my announcements, I have quite a few things I want to share with you. I do want to say, be safe, be respectful, be responsible. We are a PBIS school. That's a positive behavior interventions and support. We care about being on time. We care about being on task. We care about appropriate language, appropriate electronics, being respectful and being responsible. And I'm going to talk about appropriate language here in a minute when I get into my my morning announcements. But first things first, everyone should have a Chromebook at this time. That Chromebook needs to come every day to school fully charged. Charge it at the house. We use Canvas. Canvas is extremely COVID friendly. There's not an exchange of handouts and papers between you and the teacher in the classroom. Everything is digital. Everything is done on the computer. And it's really nice in a scenario where we have to quarantine students and have them stay home for a few days due to contact tracing. Canvas allows you to keep up with your classes because teachers are putting all the lessons on that website. So do a good job, understand Canvas, understand when the due dates are, get everything figured out and working just right as we start pushing into the school year. 2 things you got to do. You got to get off to a great start and you got to finish strong. If you do that in life, in your school, in a foot race, you're going to be in good shape. So really make a strong push these next couple of weeks, these next couple of months to get off to a good start. Freshmen, I'm telling you, if you start off with a high GPA, your entire high school career goes a lot better. If you start off with a low GPA and try to get it back up, man, that's a long 3 years after your freshman year. So get off to a good start and finish strong. Chromebooks charged, brought to school every day. It's very COVID friendly because of the way Canvas works. All right, I want to talk about communication. And that's one of the things I mentioned, appropriate language. Really, it's not just appropriate language. It's code switching and the way that we talk in a professional setting, right? The way that you talk to your friends is not the way that you talk to your direct supervisor at work. Some of you don't work, but most of you will at some point. There has to be complete sentences. There has to be capital letters. There has to be formal, appropriate language. And my message for you today is, when you communicate with me, when you communicate with your teachers, use your student email. We will send things to your student email that are school related. Use your student email, because then I know it's you and not somebody else, right? Use your student email, speak in a professional manner, and here's the biggest thing. If you communicate effectively, and if you ask, you might receive. If you never ask, you'll never receive. So really advocate for yourself in a professional manner, using your student email, and communicate, right? Like simple things. For example, you need a class change, you need to do the schedule, the QR code for the counselors, and set up to meet with the counselors to work on your schedule. Code switch, capital letters, full sentences, appropriate punctuations. Do a good job with that. Student parking, again, using the QR code. Communicate effectively. We're going to start collecting payments this week. Seniors, you get first dibs, then we go on to juniors. So this week is only seniors. You pay for your parking pass, you use the QR code, and you fill out all the information, you submit it digitally, you get your parking pass voucher that you've paid, you take that to law enforcement, and you get your sticker. We're going to do seniors this week, and then we'll move on to juniors. We've got plenty of parking spots, but we have more drivers now than we ever have in the past. So there is a scenario in which we will run out of parking spaces. Get your stuff in as soon as you're eligible and allowed. Emergency drills. This is huge. Teachers and students, pay attention, right? By law, we have to have so many drills on the first 10 days of school. That is the state regs, and that is what we're going to comply with. If we have a fire drill, and I came on the PA Friday, right before dismissal, and I asked your teachers to go over the egress routes, right? Depending on where you are in the building, students, you should be able to see in the classroom which way is the fastest way to exit. You walk out of the building in a fire drill with your teacher. Your teacher takes attendance when they exit the building, and your teacher gives us the green or red indicator stating that they have all of their students or they don't have all of their students. If we're missing someone, we're getting on the radio, figuring out who's missing and if they may be somewhere else. So the principals have strategically spread out around the building with their walkie-talkie radios, right? And if Lester Diaz is missing, they'll say, hey, teacher so-and-so is missing Lester Diaz. Does anybody have Lester Diaz? Well, Lester Diaz may be on his way to the nurse or on his way to the front office or on his way to the restroom when we did the fire drill. So Lester Diaz is now with a different teacher. He's been located. But if we can't locate Lester Diaz, the fire department is coming into the building to look for that student. Okay, so it's essential. We're not going to leave anybody in the building. We're going to account for 100% of our students. That green and red indicator is essential. Walking out with your teacher is essential. Following directions for your own safety is essential. Shelter in place. There are certain parts of the building that have been reinforced that are tornado proof, and that's where we go for the shelter in place drill. Evacuation drill, our evacuation site is the stadium. We have different areas in the stadium for different academies. We have a lot of drills. We just have to be very understanding of what they are and how we perform them. Lockdown drill is another one. We'll talk some more here in the next couple days. Class changes are going on right now, so teachers do a good job taking attendance and making sure that you know who's in the room and that they are on your roster. If you have a student that is in the room that is not on your roster, they may have had a class change and have not been updated on and given a new schedule. So you send them to the office so we can print them a new schedule, please, and we'll get them situated. So do a very, very good job of understanding the roster, attendance, and who is actually present in your classroom. Students, I mentioned it already, use the QR code to request a class change. Do not just walk up to your counselor. They've got a list of students that they are seeing. Want to reiterate the student code of conduct. No bullying, no harassment is permitted on campus and can be punishable by law. My last announcement for today is a good one. Congratulations and big shout out to the boys soccer team. The boys soccer team beat Mercer County 4-0 varsity, and the JV beat Mercer County 7-0. And a big shout out to Noah Jones, who had to play goalie for the first time and got a shutout in the varsity game. So he's usually not a goalie, got put in that spot and did an awesome job. So real proud of the boys soccer team. I'm Lester Diaz, your principal. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you in this capacity.